And we're live. Good evening, New York. Welcome, wherever you are, to another episode of Rage Across New York, Living World of Darkness. Tonight we find Alonna having just left Olaf's cabin. She was having a conversation with him that turned into a meal for four. It was good though. She's very happy about the way things turned out. And she's actually sitting out on the porch just kind of thinking on what's happened and meditating and trying to recover gnosis. It's not happening tonight, though. She's maybe she's too distracted by thoughts running through her head, having admitted certain things to them that she's not often keen on admitting. And that's where the scene will start.
Aydan will enter wolf form. He's been hanging with Stoneclaw. He's been worried about Dusk. So she's just been keeping her company, doesn't really like seeing her worried. And he'll enter and see Alonna sit next to her. Hey, how are you going?
Good evening, Pop. I'm doing alright. How are you?
He'll show his neck. I'm fine. Just staying with Stoneclaws. She's kind of worried there's a cub going through his rite of passage.
Oh, right. I heard about that. Then she reaches over and just pats your neck.
He rolls. He actually enjoys it. He should do well. I mean, he's a theurgent from what I've heard. He spends a lot of time with the spirits, but I think she knows him more than I do and likes him, so it's normal for her to be worried. It's a friend.
Well then, she's a good friend.
She is. I think she looks after us, other cubs.
Not surprised. Usually the biggest wolf is the one that tends to take care of the smaller ones. And well, I don't know of any bigger wolves around here than her.
No, she's definitely the biggest wolf I've seen. Even in movies, I think.
Not gotten around to watching many of them.
So, I have a weird question.
A weird question. Alright. I'll answer as best as I can.
What is it like growing up as a you'll think of the word as a metis?
In general?
In general, in your tribe, both actually.
In general, it tends to not be too pleasant. The litmus speaks saying that we're a sign of the apocalypse. Though I suppose denying our existence isn't necessarily gonna stop it. As far as my tribe in particular, they tend to be extra hard on Metis.
Extra hard now. If you don't mind speaking about it.
Yeah, I've been experiencing it my whole life. You see, usually the Fianna, when a Metis is born, will cast him off a cliff or something, killing the wee babe.
They just kill them?
Aye. We're in the front of the litany.
Well, oh, I feel like, look, how did you make it?
I survived the throw. Gara herself caught me.
I'm glad you survived. We would have you otherwise.
Nay, you wouldn't. Obviously, Gara has other plans for me, so they decided that it's best not to fight against Gaia when she has plans for something.
If you're not. Still, it must be hard though, growing up like that. I mean, I don't get it. It's like, I get that you're supposed to be a sign of the apocalypse and all, but you didn't ask for any of this. You were born like this. And how is killing you going to change anything? Like you said, I mean, you were already born. The sun is already there. Don't think killing you is going to change anything.
Nay, it's really not going to change anything. But the less medicine in the world, they hope that it'll prevent the coming of the apocalypse as much as possible. But grown-ups not easy as a medicine. They tend to take a harsher stance on you. Punishments tend to be stiffer. Chores tend to be harder. Nothing too.
I'm really sorry to hear. I mean, I haven't really had the easiest of childhood, but at least I wasn't treated unequally from the other people I was with.
With the Fianna, you got your purebred Fianna at the top. Then you got your not so purebred Fianna. Then you got your kinfolk. And then below them, you got your metis. The only reason we're afforded
What of the metis?
that
But what of a metis that has pure blood?
doesn't matter most of the time. And no matter how beautiful it may be, it doesn't matter. We're still deformed, uneven, crippled. We're set out to be lesser from the get-go.
Treating people differently from the way they were born just doesn't seem right.
You're raised in the US, weren't you?
Yeah. The other side of the US, but the US, yes.
I can tell. You weren't raised in it, except for much of any time for the way you're talking. When you grow up in a sept, especially if you're on a sept, you come to understand that we do things for a reason. You know, each of us has our duties, our what's expected of us that we have to fulfill. Whether it be cleaning out houses or tending to births or singing the praises of those who've come before. Silver record, hearing it told, not something for sure. It's just a small glimpse of it. It's amazing. Anyways, the metas aren't looked upon kindly because we're a harsh reminder that The ends are coming. And most of us, I guess I should say, our deformities are very physical, very limiting, which makes it so a lot of them quick to get to the point to being more of a hindrance than they are a help. So they take their lives because that's what the litany asks of them. Gotta be careful, you know. We're each crippled in our own way. Take Talatahine, for example. She's become webbed and scaled. It's going to make using tools in Hamid more difficult and make it easier to cause damage to our hands because of the webbing between the fingers. Let's see, what other Mantis helmet? Not entirely sure what Victor's flaw is. It seems to be fairly good, so he's probably got a flaw similar to mine.
Possibly. I haven't really thought about it. Don't really look for people's flaws when I first meet them.
As a Mantis, you expect people to look for your flaw. I'm actually surprised more people haven't asked about it.
Whatever your flaw is, whatever Victor's flaw is, or whatever Latte's flaw is, I mean, if we'll be in a pack, we'll have to know if it's anything that can bring a witness, but as far as anything else goes, I don't really care. You're still you.
I'm more American than Garu at the moment. In some ways, it's a commendable thing. The pack's only as strong as its weakest link. Taking a medicine to your pack, it has high risk. Also has a possibility for high reward. Take me, for example. I can't smell a thing, ever. But I can heal. And I can summon the elements. And those, especially in certain circumstances, are invaluable.
Someone that can heal would be very handy, and indeed, I've seen you heal after the party. That was quite good indeed. I agree.
If there's something I need to be watching out for, and there's a scent that I have to watch out for, I can't. I'm useless. Makes cleaning out houses a bit easier because you're not overwhelmed by the stench, but
Well, I'm sure you'll find a place in a pack somewhere.
I think I might. And she kind of glances back up towards Olaf's cabin, which, by the way, is now empty and has been since she's been out here.
Going to join his pack, are you?
I've put in a request to join a pack, and I've been told that I'll run through some work with them. And if that pack, Salfa, finds me acceptable, I'll be accepted in. If I can show my worth.
Yeah, still have to do that too. Not sure what tribe and what pack I'll be joining.
There's a number of them
I,
out there. What's the
I,
question?
I'll say I'm not sure what pack I'll be joining. I mean, I hear Chloe, and I'm very well. I hear I would like to join Chloe and Pings. I'm kind of getting close to them, but then Teresa's pack seems to be in need of more members too. So either or, I have time. Anyways, I'm still cup.
Mini packs are in need of more members. Theirs might be the most obvious, but there are other packs. I'd send you towards one, but they only accept lupus.
Oh yes, I've heard of them. That mother, isn't it?
All the times I've been by here, I've still not met the woman.
She's she's nice. She's lupus, but she tries to understand us. She's a galliard, so I talked to her. She has she was very eye-opening on um, on my hospice and what my job is.
Let's see. Hey, sorry, back to your questions though. Being a medicine in Fianna is very difficult. You're at the bottom of the pool. And from what I know of other tribes, probably treated the worst out of any.
I was looking into becoming asking to become Fianna, but I'm not sure anymore. I mean, I'm not
Follow
sure I
your
want to be
heart.
or not. I just not sure I want to be part of a pack that does this to people.
That's up to you. I wouldn't give up being a Fianna for anything.
I I respect that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a lot I like about the Fianna, the passion, and I was probably raised in a well. I think from what I've heard that my mother was a Fianna. I mean, there's my name, and I think she was Irish. But guys, and well, my fur color is one thing, but doesn't bring too much. There's a lot of red wolves, but so yes, there's a lot I like about the Fianna, their passion and how they look onto life and how they never give up and how they like to have a good time and that yeah that that Metis thing. I'm just not sure I want to be a part of that.
That's your own call to make. Each of us has to make our own choices. You choose the path you walk. If it leads you away from where you came, then that must be Gaia's plan for you. If you can't come to terms with what your tribe does, how your tribe will act towards certain people, well then, I suppose you'll have to go elsewhere. Find the family you're looking for. Find that connection that works for you.
Family, think of small. I. It will be nice to finally have one.
You got one here, kid. And she's looks around the cub den area.
Well, yeah, I guess I already have one. Just what I should have said is it's nice to finally have one.
Aye. Having one's grand. And after your club days, you'll join a pack and they'll become your family. And you'll find you'll do just about anything for them. Because that's what you do. You look out for each other.
There are already people in this in this cairn in this set that I feel this way about.
Well, that's good to hear.
They'll get up. I should get back to Stoneclaw. She's probably a bit worried. I should get back to her. I don't like leaving her that way too long.
She just left with Olaf a little bit ago. They're going on their rounds. Patrol.
Then it will be training for me looking for them. And he'll smile.
Well, good luck to you. Be careful.
I'll try to be careful. And he'll like rub himself on her. Kind of like a wolf or dog does in a show of appreciation and
She'll
affection.
ruffle his hair on the top of his head.
Rubs his head against her hair, and then he'll just start running off.
I'm gonna roll for her ritual learning stuff that I forgot about earlier, so that I can do that. Oh dear, no! I
Why the ones?
failed this. I am sad. I will continue studying for 3 more days because 6 dice out of 6 should have succeeded somewhere, but it
Let
has
me
not.
roll something that wouldn't have changed too much for this scene, but let's see. Willpower, oosh. Nah, still 3 successes. So he had an alright night's sleep.
Alright, so if there's nothing else, we'll call this scene here. Thank you for playing. Thank you for those who will be watching. Good night.